have you?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Artist Reads the Bible. Today we're going to be starting with Exodus 4. And 4, it's not too bad. 5 is pretty short. 6 got a little length to it. 6 got a lot of names, lineage. I think I'll be doing at least 4 and 5 anyway. As normal, I got my highlighter, got my decaf Java juice, and I got the living word of God right here. I'm going to get my spectacles off and we'll get started. I can't see nothing without these things. Oh man, my eyes is tired. Looking at a computer screen all day. My eyes get tired. I need to they have things you can put on your glasses or you can put on a computer screen that's supposed to help. I think they call it blue light or something is what makes your eyes so tired, puts strains on your eyes. I don't know, it's really bad on I think TVs and computers, anything like that. I don't know. There's supposed to be something you can put over your glasses or on your computer screen supposed to help with that. I don't know. There might be a setting. Actually, on ours, I think there is a setting. I remember seeing it. Something about blue light reduction or something. I can't remember. I had to look into that. Anywho, let's get started, shall we? But Moses protested again. What if they won't believe me or listen to me? What if they say, the Lord never appeared to you? Then the Lord asked him, what is that in your hand? A shepherd's staff, Moses replied. Throw it down on the ground, the Lord told him. So Moses threw down the staff, and it turned into a snake. Moses jumped back. I would too. Then the Lord told him, reach out and grab its tail. So Moses reached out and grabbed it, and it turned back into a shepherd's staff in his hand. Perform this sign, the Lord told him. Then they will believe that the Lord, the God of their ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, really has appeared to you. Then the Lord said to Moses, now put your hand inside your cloak. So Moses put his hand inside his cloak. And when he took it out again, his hand was white as snow with a severe skin disease. Now put your hand back into your cloak, the Lord said. So Moses put his hand back in, and when he took it out again, it was as healthy as the rest of his body. The Lord said to Moses, if they do not believe you and are not convinced by the first miraculous sign, they will be convinced by the second sign. And if they don't believe you or listen to you, even after these 2 signs, then take some water from the Nile River and pour it out on the dry ground. When you do, the water from the Nile will turn to blood on the ground. But Moses pleaded with the Lord, O Lord, I'm not very good with words. I never have been. And I'm not now, even though you have spoken to me. I get tongue-tied, and my words get tangled. We all know a lot of people like that, don't we? Then the Lord asked Moses, who makes a person's mouth? Who decides whether people speak or do not speak, hear or do not hear, see or do not see? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go. I will be with you as you speak, and I will instruct you in what to say. But Moses again pleaded, Lord, please send anyone else. Then the Lord became angry with Moses. Boy, why do they always backtalk to the Lord? Man, I'd be shivering in his presence, scared, man. I dang sure wouldn't be backtalking. Then the Lord became angry with Moses. All right, he said, what about your brother Aaron, the Levite? I know he speaks well, and look, he is on his way to meet you now. He will be delighted to see you. Talk to him and put the words in his mouth. I will be with both of you as you speak, and I will instruct you both in what to do. Aaron will be your spokesman to the people. He will be your mouthpiece, and you will stand in the place of God for him, telling him what to say. And take your shepherd's staff with you, and use it to perform the miraculous signs I have shown you. So Moses went back home to Jethro, his father-in-law. Please let me return to my relatives in Egypt, Moses said. I don't even know if they are still alive. Go in peace. Go in peace, Jethro replied. That old tongue-tied thing. I got a little tongue-tied there myself. Before Moses left Midian, the Lord said to him, Return to Egypt, for all those who wanted to kill you have died. So Moses took his wife and sons, put them on a donkey, and headed back to the land of Egypt. In his hand he carried the staff of God. And the Lord told Moses, When you arrive back in Egypt, go to Pharaoh and perform all the miracles I have empowered you to do. But I will harden his heart, so he will refuse to let the people go. Then you will tell him, This is what the Lord says. Israel is my firstborn son. I commanded you, let my son go so he can worship me. But since you have refused, I will now kill your firstborn son. On the way to Egypt, at a place where Moses and his family had stopped for the night, the Lord confronted him and was about to kill him. But Moses' wife Zipporah took a flint knife and circumcised her son. She touched his feet with the foreskin and said, Now you are a bridegroom of blood to me. When she said a bridegroom of blood, she was referring to the circumcision. After that, the Lord left him alone. Now the Lord had said to Aaron, Go out into the wilderness to meet Moses. So Aaron went and met Moses at the mountain of God, and he embraced him. Moses then told Aaron everything the Lord had commanded him to say, and he told him about the miraculous signs the Lord had commanded him to perform. Then Moses and Aaron returned to Egypt and called all the elders of Israel together. Aaron told them everything the Lord had told Moses, and Moses performed the miraculous signs as they watched. Then the people of Israel were convinced that the Lord had sent Moses and Aaron. When they heard that the Lord was concerned about them and had seen their misery, they bowed down and worshipped. That's 4. Get a little Java juice here. Whew. We're out today. Been getting some PVCs today. I don't know what caused them to come back, but they're not bad. When I've noticed them, I'm getting maybe 1, 2 a minute. I mean, that's not bad, you know. It's 1,400 minutes, or what is it, 1,440 minutes? It's either 1,400 or 1,440 minutes in a day. So, at best, I'm having like about 2,800-ish PVCs. That's at best. Or at worst, I should say. So, and they don't really do anything till you reach like 20,000. And at my worst, which felt like about 20, 30,000 a day, I was told I only had 6%, which 6% the average person has on average between 98 to 100, 102,000 beats a day. 20% of that, you're looking at about 20,000 beats, or 20,000. Well, they said mine was 6%, so that would be about 6,000 irregular beats a day. So I would have swore it was a lot worse than that, because mine even went to where it was beat, extra beat, beat, extra beat, beat, extra beat for hours. So in those cases, I was having like 32-ish extra beats a minute. I mean, that's a lot. You take that times 1,440, and you're looking at well over 30,000 a day. But it didn't do that all the time. Thank goodness. Get a little Java juice. And the bad thing is, when you get them, you got to ignore them. You got to try, because worrying and stress make them worse, make them amplified. So it's hard to do, isn't it? When you got things bothering you, it's hard to just ignore them and forget about them. So, but that's what I'm trying to do. I pray about it, and then I try to forget about it, which I'm not doing very good when I'm sitting here telling y'all about it, am I? So let's get some Java juice and proceed. Yeah, I love coffee. Number 5. Moses and Aaron speak to Pharaoh. After this presentation to Israel's leaders, Moses and Aaron went and spoke to Pharaoh. They told him, This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Let my people go, so they may hold a festival in my honor in the wilderness. Is that so? Retorted Pharaoh. And who is the Lord? Well, you'll find out. Why should I listen to him and let Israel go? I don't know the Lord, and I will not let Israel go. But Aaron and Moses persisted. The God of the Hebrews has met with us, they declared. So let us take a 3-day journey into the wilderness so we can offer sacrifices to the Lord our God. If we don't, he will kill us with a plague or with a sword. Pharaoh replied, Moses and Aaron, why are you distracting the people from their task? Get back to work. Look, there are many of your people in the land, and you are stopping them from their work. That same day, Pharaoh sent this order to the Egyptian slave drivers and the Israelite foremen. Do not supply any more straw for making bricks. Make the people get it themselves, but still require them to make the same number of bricks as before. Don't reduce the quota. They're lazy. That's why they are crying out, let us go and offer sacrifices to our God. Load them down with more work. Make them sweat. That will teach them to listen to lies. So slave drivers and foremen went out and told the people, this is what Pharaoh says. I will not provide any more straw for you. Go and get it yourselves. Find it wherever you can, but you must produce just as many bricks as before. So the people scattered throughout the land of Egypt in search of stubble to use as straw. Meanwhile, the Egyptian slave drivers continued to push hard. Meet your daily quota of bricks, just as you did when we provided you with straw, they demanded. Then they whipped the Israelite foremen they had put in charge of the work crews. Why haven't you met your quotas either yesterday or today, they demanded. So the Israelite foreman went to Pharaoh and pleaded with him. Please don't treat your servants like this, they begged. We are given no straw, but the slave drivers still demand, make bricks. We are being beaten, but it isn't our fault. Your own people are to blame. But Pharaoh shouted, you're just lazy. Lazy. That's why you're saying, let us go and offer sacrifice to the Lord. Now get back to work. No straw will be given to you, but you must still produce the full quota of bricks. The Israelite foremen could see that they were in serious trouble when they were told, you must not reduce the number of bricks you make each day. As they left Pharaoh's court, they confronted Moses and Aaron, who were waiting outside for them. The foreman said to them, may the Lord judge and punish you for making us stink before Pharaoh and his officials. Make us stink. For Pharaoh and his officials. You have put a sword into their hands, an excuse to kill us. Then Moses went back to the Lord and protested. Why have you brought all this trouble on your own people, Lord? Why did you send me? Ever since I came to Pharaoh as your spokesman, he has been even more brutal to your people, and you have done nothing to rescue them. You have little faith. And that's 5. I think I am going to stop there. The Israelites are never happy. Lost their faith. See, today we believe, even though we've never seen God's face, even though we've never seen Jesus. It amazes me that back in the day when they actually heard God's voice, when God actually sent angels to speak to them, when God rescued them out of Egypt, he seen the sea being parted, the Red Sea, and they were in the wilderness. They still whined and cried about food. God provided them with manna from heaven. Well, good enough. They didn't want that. They complained about water, so God made water come out of a rock in the desert. The Israelites were never happy. When Moses went up on Mount Sinai, I believe it was, or wherever it was, and he got the 10 Commandments. While he was gone, I believe it was Aaron, the one that we just read about, made a golden calf, and they started worshiping the calf. No false idols. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. If I had heard God's voice if I had seen God's angels, if I had seen Jesus, there's no way I would be questioning, God, why? Nope. Yes, sir. As you command, yes, sir. This was coming out of my mouth. I really would not be questioning God, the Almighty, the Creator of everything. Um, man, that's God's chosen people, though. It just amazes me. His chosen people have scoffed at him, have been disobedient, have complained, I don't know how many times, killed his son, Jesus. Wow, man. It just amazes me. And they've seen the Red Sea being parted. They've seen the burning bush. They've seen, manna falling from the heaven. They've seen water coming out of a rock. They've seen all these miraculous things. But yet, they still complain and still, wow. That just baffles me. It amazes me, Because I'm telling you, if God showed himself right now, I was like, you don't do this no more. Yes, sir. As you command, I'm your servant. As you command, God. It's, we sin a lot. But I think for a lot of us today, because we believe without having seen, without have seen seeing angels, without hearing God's voice, audible voice, without, yes, we see signs, we see the rainbow, we see different things, we've seen the result of his creation, and we see miracles every day, people being cured of cancer, people, survive, like me, surviving a massive heart attack, which was 4 years ago. I'm still alive. We see this thing, but we've not seen what they seen. We've not heard what they heard. We've not seen, well, I haven't, other people may have. I've not seen an actual angel. If I did, I didn't know I did. I've not seen Jesus. I've not seen God's face. I've not heard God's voice. I've not heard Jesus' voice. They plant things in my brain, I would pray, and then I'm like, oh, okay, and it comes to me, what to do. So I know they're communicating, just I can't hear them. But could you imagine if God actually, you heard his voice? Imagine if you actually seen Jesus Christ. Imagine if an angel actually came to you, like did with Mary, Jesus' mother, and said, you're going to have a child. She said, I'm a virgin. And the angel's like, doesn't matter. You're going to have a child even though you are a virgin. Could you imagine? Because we believe without seeing, without hearing. So I think for a lot of us, imagine what it would be like if we did see, if we did hear. I don't know about you, but me, because it's, we all sin. And sometimes sin is easy, isn't it? Because we don't see God or Jesus or the angels. We don't hear his voice. We know he's there. We feel it in our heart, in our soul. We know he's there. But it's kind of like the child and the parent thing. When you don't see the parent, they're around, but you don't see them. So it's easier to be bad, And I think, that's why it's easier to sin, because we don't hear God's voice. We don't see God. So, we know he's there. And truth be told, he sees every action we do, every single sin we do. He knows, he sees, he knows it all. but we don't see it. So therefore, it's kind of one of those out of sight, out of mind things, even though deep down we know, hey, that sin I just did, God's seen it. He's right there watching everything. But imagine if you heard his voice, if you seen the angels, if you actually seen Jesus Christ. I think it wouldn't be so easy to sin, would it? I'm going to tell you right now, if God spoke to me, there'd be a whole lot changing. I mean, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I've given my life over to them. I try to live my life righteously. I try to live a holy life. I fail every day, but I try. But I could just imagine, how much easier it would be. I don't know. This things I think of, people. This is what runs through my head. I think, I believe without seeing, I believe without hearing. And I wonder what it would be like if I actually did see or actually did hear, Because it says in the Bible, Jesus told his disciples, you have seen me. I can't remember the exact scripture, but it's something along the lines of, how much better for those who have not seen or heard me and yet believe, like me, like you. Obviously we've not seen Jesus Christ. We've not seen God. We see the results of Jesus Christ and of God in people, in our environment, in miracles that happen every day. But we don't, well, at least I haven't physically seen God. I haven't physically seen angels. I haven't physically seen Jesus Christ, But I feel them. I feel them, and I can see the effects of them everywhere I go. I see the beauty of nature. I see the rainbows, God's covenant that he would never flood the earth again. I see, the goodness that people do for others, when somebody helps a homeless person, or, there's an elderly person trying to cross the street and they run out and help them cross the street. I see the love of God and Jesus Christ through these people's actions, So I see the effects of them, And that to me, and what I read out of here is all I need. I don't need to hear God's voice. I don't need to hear Jesus' voice. I don't need to see either one of them. I know right here that they're there. I know right here that they're there. And I know right here that they're there. And that's all I need. But I'm going to tell you, if they did, one of them decide to speak to me, you can bet a lot of stuff change real quick. Just saying. Right now, it's kind of outside, out of mind. While your parents are away, you want to do good because you want to make them proud. But when they're around, you act a totally different way, don't you? Well, that's kind of the way it is now. I want to do good. I want to be a good Christian, but it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. So it's a little easier to commit those sins, isn't it? Wouldn't be so easy if God was standing right there or floating up there or whatever, would it? Or if you heard a voice that, hey, don't do that. Like your parent used to tell you, when you about stuck your finger in the fire, hey, don't do that, Oh, okay. Things might change, huh? Anywho, I've rambled on enough. So I'm going to hop off here. Hope y'all got something out of today. I know I did. Until next time, I love each and every one of you. Y'all please, please, please be good to each other. And I'll bring you something again real soon.